What does the LeBron-Luka Lakers look like, and for how long, Brian?
Yeah, I mean, the thing about it is that the Lakers world just changed. The Lakers world is now about Luka. Like, their decisions going forward with who they bring in and how they structure their team are about getting Luka comfortable and getting the most out of him. And for 21 and a half years, that's the where LeBron has lived. LeBron has lived in the world where his teams do everything they can to maximize him. So LeBron, I don't want to say he's a supporting star, but essentially that's what's going to happen now. And so I do think the two of them can play together. I don't think the Lakers roster is set up to maximize the two of them. So they're going to need maybe to do something between now and Thursday, and especially this summer. And because they didn't give everything they had for Luka, and I mean, I respect that they were able to negotiate in a way that they retained some assets, some players and their one other first round pick. And they even have these pick swaps they can use. They have some things that they can do to build this team out, but that build out will be around Luka, and LeBron's role will be to support Luka. And I do think LeBron, we'll hear from him eventually, and I don't want to speak for him, but I think we'll hear that LeBron wants to do that. I think he is interested in handing over the Lakers in a better place than when he picked it up. And obviously when he picked it up, it was a terrible place. And he brought him a championship, and I think he'd like to help Luka get situated. I think that would be I think that's something LeBron would like to do, to be his last act, is to leave the Lakers in a good place.
Right now, though, you got to wonder who's rim protecting in purple and gold
their
now, Brian.
Defense is they're completely ill-equipped to play defense, and they would admit that too. Like they didn't have a 9-step 18-month plan to make this happen. This fell in their lap, so now they've got to change everything.
Yeah, and then, on the Dallas side of things, before I let you go here, the conversation, obviously losing Luka, fans are livid. Certainly when you see what you're getting back, it's, like Austin Reeves, you think at least another one or two would be coming. But Anthony Davis is not like fresh off the turnip truck here, man. I know, he's got a reputation of street clothes and Data Davis and all that sort of business, but he's at the top of his game right now, albeit banged up. What do the Mavericks look like in your estimation?
Well, first off, Dallas is getting a player and is absolutely still in his prime. Anthony Davis has been spectacular his last 2 years. I'd argue, statistically, he may have had some better years in New Orleans when he was the center of everything. He has been as good as he's ever been these last 2 years, and he's been healthy. I know he's got an abdominal thing right now, but he's been healthy. He's been great. He's physically in a great place. He was awesome for Team USA. His impact on Team USA was more early in the tournament. People remember, Steph and KD late in the tournament. He was awesome last summer for Team USA. He's got this regimen that's got him in a really good place. I think Dallas fans are going to recognize that they got a great player here, and Dallas is going for it now. And I expect them to be active between now and Thursday, trying to add another piece or two. They still have definite assets that they can use. Plus, they just got this Laker pick that they can also shop if they want. And they're going for it now. They're looking at a 2 or 3 year window with, where Kyrie's age is and where AD's age is. And they look at the West and they think, to win in the West, you got to have size. The teams ahead of them in the West don't have awesome size. Oklahoma City doesn't. Maybe they will when they're fully healthy, but not right now. Houston is ahead of them, doesn't. Memphis, isn't really big. Even Denver, to match up with them, you have to have size. So if you're trying to beat those teams, you got to do it with size. And so Dallas's move here is to put their team in better position to win the title this year and next year. It is stunning when you think about that they would not take the guy who led them to the finals last year and say this is a better way to go, but that was the evaluation they made as an organization.
Well, they took the beer away for good. You know what I mean? It's kind of, I still can't believe it. Biggest trade of your career, right? I mean, nothing comes close, right, Brian?
There have been some enormous trades, but as far as I can put in historical purposes,
Please.
Never before in the history of the league has there ever been an active All-NBA player traded for another active All-NBA player. In other words, they didn't win it 3 years ago and they're past their prime. Two guys who were All-NBA in the middle of the season getting traded for each other. It's never happened. So just from a player for player swap, it's a stunner. That it came out of the blue is a double stunner. and that it came where you had a top 3-ish player in the league at age 25 is quintuple stunner. So no, I've never seen anything like it.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.